Good morning. I am Palani Kumar, working in the Department of Mechanical Engineering from Kamaraj College of Engineering and Technology near Virudhunagar. Today I am going to explain an experiment on working of Proell Governor from Machine Dynamics Lab using the virtual labs from NIT Surathkal. The following, you can use the following shown links for understanding this experiment using virtual labs. By clicking one of the link, we will be able to do this experiment. The aim of this experiment is to visualize the working principle of the Proell Governor. Before moving to the working of the Proell Governor, we can try to have an introduction theory on this Proell Governor. In general, governors, we know they are clearly useful for regulating or controlling the speed of an engine on varying levels of the output loading conditions. The diagram of the Proell Governor is shown over here. Proell Governor, we know it is a centrifugal type of gravity controlled governor. Here there will be a centrifugal force being acting on this type of governor, which will be taken into account while deriving the various parameters as shown over here. The various parameters: m, the mass of each ball, r, the radius of rotation, h, the height of the governor, fc, the centrifugal force acting on the ball, omega, the angular speed of the ball in radians per second. These parameters are useful in finding out the derived result. This is a free body diagram of this Proell Governor. So the derivation is shown over here. Finally the result is being shown. The result is the speed of the governor is inversely proportional to the height of the governor. So that is a final result being shown in this theory part of the Proell Governor. The next section, they have included a pre-test, so we can attempt a pre-test in that is nothing but a multiple choice question on Proell Governor, on the topic governor. So we can have a small MCQ pre-test before attending this experiment. So the next section will be the procedure. So how to conduct this experiment is being explained from this procedure section step by step. The first step, we can see here there is the top and front view of the Proell Governor is shown over here. This is the free body diagram, and in the right hand side the three different input parameters are given. The speed, RPM, speed of the governor is given in RPM. The mass of the fly ball, the height of the governor is provided over here. And these input parameters can be varied. By moving this, we can vary the input parameters. The mass as well as the speed of the governor can be changed. And when we change these two input parameters, the height will be calculated automatically. And in the third step, we can find out the graph happening between the height and the speed of the governor. When we click this show graph, it will show you the variation happening between the height and the speed of the governor. And the next step, we can go to the experiment actually. So the actual experiment we can start. In the actual experiment, there are two modules. One is the calculation and the other one will be to identify the various parts of the Proell Governor. So the first module, we can move to the calculation. So when we move to the calculation module, there we can find the unknown, the mass of the fly ball, or the speed of the governor, or the height of the governor. So using the formulas, we can for the given values, we can find out the unknowns and verify it over here in this calculation section. And the last step will be to identify the parts of the governor using the drag down menu, so which we will see it now. The various steps listed over here in this procedural section will be clearly explained using this simulation. So click the simulation where we can clearly understand the working of the Proell Governor. As I told you before, here we are able to see the top and front view of the Proell Governor. Here the free body diagram is shown, and here there is the speed and the mass where we can change this. The speed and the mass of these two parameters can be varied, and by varying these parameters we are able to get the calculated value of the height over here. And by clicking the show graph, we will be able to clearly visualize the graph happening between the height and speed of the governor. So as we know already, the speed is inversely proportional to height. That means for the very low height, the speed will be very high, and for the very low speed, the height of the governor will be very high. They both are completely inversely proportional to each other. And now we can go to the experiment. So when we go to the experiment, there are two modules, as I told you before in the procedural section. One will be the calculation. So we can click the calculation and we can start the experiment. So here, as I told you, for the shown input values of n and mass 5 kilogram, the height can be calculated using the formula. So once we calculate the height with the given input values of the speed 118 rpm and the mass 5 kilogram, and we can verify the height of the calculated value by using this check option. So now we can exit the experiment in order to move to the last module of this experiment. So identify parts of the governor, you can click and start it. Here we can find out this kind of identifying the various parts of the Proell Governor. So here there is a drag down menu. Using this drag down menu, we can clearly find out the various, we can identify the various parts of the governor. Here there will be a green tick which will say whether if at all whatever we have selected is correct or wrong. So that we can identify from this green color tick. So this is the sleeve of the governor, so that is also correct. And if we give this as extended arm, then that will be wrong. That is provided with a red color into a cross mark. This is a connecting rod. So if we give connecting rod, that will be correct. And this one is the fly ball, and this one will be the pivot, and this one will be the arm, and the last one will be the extended arm. So these are the various parts of the governor being identified, and that will mark the end of this experiment. Thank you.